Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High, the Son, Yahweh Bashmiel Shah Bashim Rakak Kwadash, and double honors to the apostles of the great millstone, and including the bishops that taught me this truth. Yahweh Bashmiel Shah Brakatham, to the overall elect, which is 140 and 4,000, including the 1/3. And I just want to get into this article as well, which is interesting indeed, to show you brothers and a few you sisters, and giving my take on this right here, which is as you can see, I'm on the peoplesvoice.tv. You know, this guy brings out a lot of good stuff. So anyway, go as far as to read: the FCC commissioner blows whistle. Biden plans to mandate Bill Gates' digital ID for participation in society. While the mainstream media has been distracting everyone with the Swift Kels romance and lurid details about Matthew Perry, the Biden administration has quietly made a move on the behalf of the globalist elite to seize control of the internet, regulate it in the name of equity, and force everyone to use Bill Gates' digital identification. That's right, the fate of the internet. Oh boy, I don't know what happened there, but anyway, go as far as to read. That's right, the fate of the internet as we know it is under attack by the globalist elite, who are desperate to control every aspect of our lives, and it's set to come to a vote at the Federal Communication Commissions on the 15th of November. So it's looking like they're moving very quick now with this way of life, where you're going to have to go get your digital identification, and we already know that that's going to come in the form of an implant, and that could be in a matter of months. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. Who knows? Because we know that the desire of the wicked, the Edomites, is to gather all people together on the one consent. And what is the thing that they're going to consent to? They're going to consent to the idea that they're all one people, and that their power is the state. Their government is the God. And this is what Esau wants to formulate in mind. But it's just going to be an idea in mind. It's just that of wishful thinking, because prophecy says otherwise. Okay. Habakkuk 2 and verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, and neither keepeth at home. So what does it mean, he transgressive by wine? Meaning his knowledge goes against the knowledge of the Heavenly Father. That's what the word wine represents in the Bible. It also represents doctrine or philosophy. So through his philosophy, he's going against the grain of what is right. And this is how he's doing it, as explains itself. Furthermore, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desires. How is he doing that? And is as deaf and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. So that's one way how he's transgressing with his philosophy. Because when you read the book of Deuteronomy 32 and 8, what does this read? When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, and he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. So the Lord split people up. He split up nations. When the Lord created mankind, or even as well as the Adamites, let me use that term instead, they were all divided. Now, when you go and read the story in Genesis, the 11th chapter, when you had the kings such as Nimrod at the time, which was a Cushite, his idea was just to make a name for himself among the people that he was gathering together. That's why they were building up this Tower of Babel, which the term Babel means confusion. And so that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to confuse everything and everyone together. But the Lord wasn't with that. So what the Lord did, he sent angels to confound the languages of the people. And that's what did it. So it destroyed his purpose. Because the Lord's creation is going to be the way that how he created it to be, and it's going to stay that way. As it is written in the book of Ecclesiastes, Ecclesiastes 3 and verse, 14, where it reads that whatever the Lord so doeth, it is done forever, and no man could put or add to it. So however the Lord created something, it's going to always be in that kind of fashion, as it is also written that all flesh will cleave to its kind. That's in the Apocrypha. So we're not built to unify together and amalgamate ourselves with nations. The Lord separated us one from another. And in verse 9, it reads, for the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. So there you go. So that's how he's transgressing by wine, because he wants to what? Gather all people unto himself. And I'm going to read this again. And yea, also because he transgressed by wine, and he is a proud man, he that keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desires hell, and is as deaf. And this is another point. And is as deaf. I gotta slow it down a little bit. And cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heap unto him all people. And that's the idea that they're lusting after, is that they can get everyone under one consent, and everybody has to now come under the philosophy of this devil, that there's no such thing as titles, whether it's gender titles, whether it's nationality titles. All of that is going to be tossed away now. Y'all are all just one, and y'all are just human resources for the greater good on our behalf, and that's all that it's going to be. But just like I said, it's just wishful thinking at this point, because none of this stuff is not going to come to pass. Flying cars, people being hooked to the metaverse and infinite and beyond, that's not going to happen. The only people that's going to go infinitely and beyond are the saints, those that are going to have access to spiritual power, which all of that belongs to the sons of God. So they're going to be the infinite ones and beyond. Okay? Not you devils. The Lord created you to triumph for a moment, as it is written, that the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment, and that the triumphing of the wicked is short. Moving forward. So let me read this article as well. So at the same time, the Bill Gates digital ID is getting rolled out, because it's already gone through, the Federal Communication Commission on the 15th. This is also coming through as well, the European Digital Identification Wallet, at the same time. So let's begin over here and let's read this. European Digital Identity Council, and Parliament reached a provisional agreement on European ID with the view to ensuring a trusted and secure digital identity for all Europeans. The Council Presidency and European Parliament representatives reached today a provisional agreement on a new framework for European digital identification. With the approval of the European Digital Identity Regulation, we are taking a fundamental step so that citizens can have a unique and secure European digital identity, and this is a key advance for the European Union to be a global reference in the digital field, protecting our democratic rights and value. Sounds wonderful, doesn't it? Nadia Calvino, if I'm pronouncing the name correctly, acting Spanish first vice president and minister for economic and digitalization. So they put her face on it, because she looks benevolent, like she has your best interests at heart, because it's selling you a product. And any product that your government sells to you, of course, they're going to sell it to you like it's the greatest thing that you really should take on board. Just like they sold to you the VC stuff. And now, as we fast forward years later, 3 to 4 years later, what are we seeing? What are we hearing? What are we witnessing? In some cases within our family members, people are getting affected by this stuff. So how much more with this implantable device? As it is written in the scriptures, Revelations 14 and 10. 9 and 10 actually explains if you receive the mark, then you're gonna receive the effects of that, and the effects are gonna be astronomical. All right. So that's what all is gonna witness after they take the mark. Anyway, let's read forward. The European Digital Identity Wallet. The revised regulation constitutes a clear paradigm shift for digital identity in Europe, aiming to ensure universal access for people and businesses to secure and trustworthy electronic identification and authentication. If I'm saying that correctly, authentication. Under the new law, member states will offer citizens and businesses digital wallets that will be able to link their normal digital identities with proof of other personal attributes, driving license, diplomas, bank account. Citizens will be able to prove their identity and share electronic documents from their digital wallet with a click of a button on their mobile phones. Right, because this is going to be chip based. So with that little chip that's going to be under your skin, it's going to access, it's going to have all of your personal records on it. Every little thing that the government needs to know about you is going to be on your implantable device. So you no longer have to walk around with a wallet. That's why they're calling it the digital wallet, because everything that you have in your wallet is going to be placed in that implantable device. So you don't need to carry no driver's license and your transportation card. You don't need to carry none of this stuff, or your keys to open your door, your car door, your truck door, whatever doors you need to open. It's going to be all on that implantable device. And it's going to be under your skin. All you're going to have to do is swipe your hand. Boom, you done open everything up, including your password to the internet as well. Not to forget. So because of the desire of the wicked is to gather all people together, the Lord is using his desire against them to fulfill prophecy. And what is the prophecy? The mark of the beast coming right on in. As it is written, and because of all, both small and great. Small is represents someone that hasn't made a name for themselves in the society, just average folk. And great, people that have made a name for themselves. The quiet opposite. Rich and poor. Free and bond. Those that have been put on the contracts, those that are in jail. To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell, say that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And Herod's wisdom let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and the number is 603 scores and 6. So if you don't have this implantable device, you won't be able to do nothing. You will be excluded from society. And that's what this article kind of goes into. But I just wanted to get the points on this. So if you don't have Bill Gates' digital identification, as I've read before, then you're not going to be included in society. You're going to be a nobody. Your name is going to be a write-off off the face of the earth if you don't have this implantable device in you, which confirms that you've identified yourself with the system. And you know what's heavy? Me saying that we are dead to this world. We're alive in another world now. So when a time does come, all that's going to do is just going to confirm that reality that we're not of the world. Like the saying goes, the men are going to be separate from the boys. And each and every last one of our faiths are going to be proven, put to the test, whether we're really about this knowledge and this understanding, or we're just plain bullshitting. And that's just the thing. That's all I'm going to say with this right here. I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Quadash. And with that, I am out. Shalom.